everyone, Jem here and welcome to my creative space. Hi everyone and welcome back to the next day of our dephemerember challenge. Now we are on prompt 26 today, which is Collaged, Postcard and Curiosity Shoppe, and it is the 26th of December as I record this, so I do hope you're all having a lovely holiday season in whatever way you may celebrate. We had a manic day yesterday, nice and quiet today. Right, so Collaged, Postcard and Card and Curiosity Shoppe. Well, when I think Curiosity Shoppe, my mind immediately goes to Charles Dickens and his book, The Old Curiosity Shoppe. And so that's where I'm going to go today. And I have a bit of an idea in my mind, in that I've pulled out an old postcard. This one happens to have come from Australia, in the days when people wrote with a pen and sent postcards by post. Anyway, so I'm going to use this as my base for my collaged postcard. So the first thing I'm going to do is to actually put a coat of gesso over this because it's quite a shiny surface, just to make sure things stick. Now the idea that I have in my mind is, if you think about the classic pictures we see of the Old Curiosity Shoppe, it's one of those old shops with the bow fronted windows and lots of small window panes. So my idea that I have in my head, and we know this doesn't always translate, but the idea we have, I think, is to collage this to look like the windows of the Old Curiosity Shoppe. So to cut like a black window frame and maybe a bit of vellum behind, and then some small pictures in the windows. And I've actually printed off a couple of things here. This is a Tracy Fox printable, and I'm thinking of things like this. Can you see the lovely old camera here? I'd like to use that. And I have another one. Unfortunately, I don't know where this came from. It says Mollin Art Studio on there, but something like this sewing machine as well. Or even one of the dressmaker's dummies. The other thing I'd thought about was the old-fashioned bird cage, which features quite prominently in the story of the Old Curiosity Shoppe. So that's my idea. We'll see how we go. And then I'd also thought of maybe a picture of Dickens or a Dickensian character to go along with it. So, but definitely combining the two today with collaging a postcard to look like the window of the Old Curiosity Shoppe. So let's see how we go. As you know, these things can change as we go along. Okay, so there's the postcard. That's got a coat of gesso on it, and I'm just going to put that to the side to dry. And whilst that's drying, I'm going to start fussy cutting out some of the things that I hope to be able to use behind the window, and have a rummage around and see what else I can find as well. So the gesso's now dried on that postcard, and I've just put a coat of like a tan acrylic paint over the top. Now if you look, it hasn't completely covered the pictures underneath, but I think that by the time that's dried and I've collaged onto it, you're not going to see those bits in the background, and if you do, it's merely just going to be a hint of something inside the shop, as it were. So I'll pop that to dry, and in the meantime what I have done, I've got a sheet of vellum, and I have, let's put that so that you can see it, I have fussy cut out a whole load of little bits and pieces. I thought some of these might look like a model aeroplane or a model ship. There's an old sort of wooden box and a basket. There's a globe, some books, and so I thought these might, they might look like little gas lamps. at the moment this is the only sort of old birdcage type thing I've been able to find, and I'm not ever so sure about that one, but we'll see. I've also got some cardboard that I've taken one side off, and I'm planning to use this to make the I think I will have to cut it rather than tear, but I'm planning to use this to make the window frame. I thought that might look like old wood, so I'm going to cut some bits, obviously a bit bigger than that, and use those to make the window frame of the Old Curiosity Shop. So what I need is to know how big my postcard is, and of course it's still wet at the moment, so I'm just having a look with my ruler. It's about 4 inches. Oh, it's a 4x6 postcard. Okay, so I can measure 4x6 on here. Oh, the other thing I found, so this is Dickens apparently, and I also found in the same book a picture which looks remarkably like the Old Curiosity Shop, so I don't know whether I will use that one, but I thought this was what I had in my mind, so I'll keep hold of those for now and we'll see what happens. So my idea, I've just got a couple of pencil marks on there to get rid of. The idea for my Old Curiosity Shop is, oh, am I in the right place there? Yeah, look at that. Okay. Is to cut some of these pieces and use these to make this look like windows. So my idea is that I've got the postcard underneath and then some pictures, and then to use this to split this into maybe 9 little squares, which to give the impression of windows, and then put the curios behind the windows. So I'm just going to see if that sort of idea works before I go any further. That one's not long enough. I'll cut another bit. There we go. So what I'm thinking is that sort of is reminiscent of the old window panes at the shop. And then I'm going to put a picture behind each one, and that's going to represent my Old Curiosity Shop. So I'm going to find some glue and get these stuck down. So what I've done here on this old envelope, whilst I'm just waiting for that postcard base to dry, I've sort of done a bit of a mock-up, and I want there to be lots and lots of things in there, and I want them to be all overlapping and sort of jumbled, because that's what the Old Curiosity Shop was about. There was, you know, all these things in there, and so I want it to look, you know, to have some dimension, and to look as though there are lots of things behind these windows. And when you look at it from a distance, the things, I'm not sure how that's coming out on the camera, but the things are not very distinct, and I like that look as well, because the old window glass was not clear like we have now. It was a little bit like looking through a sort of a mist, and so for me this really represents what, you know, the old sort of Curiosity Shop might have been like. Now I really do want to get a bird cage in there, but that one I'm not happy with. I don't like the green on it, so I may have another look through my stash whilst I'm just waiting, because that the postcard base is still not quite dry. So whilst I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to have another look, just see if I can come up with a bird cage in any of my bits and pieces. So the only bird cage I've been able to find really is this one, or this one here, neither of which are really quite what I wanted, but so I'll hang on and see. There's just a last little bit of that base to finish drying, so whilst that's drying I'm going to just scrunch these up a little bit with some sepia ink and a brush. So I'm just going to find a bit of scrap paper to put underneath and grab my ink, and I'll just sort of grunge these down a bit, because they're very much a grey colour and I want a little bit more sepia tone. Alright, so as you can see I've knocked back some of the really sort of the light grey and light blue tones there, to give it a little bit more grunge, and I'm wondering whether to use this page in my journal, because I think I could do something quite nice with these here and then put the collaged postcard here. I've also printed off the title of the Old Curiosity Shop, so I'd like to get that in somewhere, but again obviously I don't want it this colour, so I'm going to tear that out and do exactly the same with the sepia ink. But also I'm thinking that I might want a little bit more texture in the background here, although it's looks like quite a textured page. I think I want a little bit more as well. So I've got this. I bought it, I think, on Temu, and it said it was coffee dyed paper. It's not. It's somewhere the weight of gift wrap, but it's got a bit more texture to it. It's almost fibrous, but it does make quite a nice sort of background, so I'm thinking I might tear a couple of pieces of that just to sort of sit underneath these pictures, to make a little bit more interest on that page. So we'll do that, and by the time we've done that this postcard should be dry. Right, so I haven't stuck these down yet, but I'm sort of reasonably happy with them looking like that. I have grunged up that, I'm not sure, we'll see. But the postcard is now dry, so I'm going to go ahead and collage the bits and pieces onto it. So I've decided that I am going to stick that on there. And I don't know whether you can see that, but there's all those different bits and pieces, all those curios collaged onto that postcard there, with the window over the top to represent the Curiosity Shop. And I'm going to pop that in there, and then I think I'm going to finish off the window frame with a little bit more of this cardboard. So let's get that stuck in there. Alright everybody, so here's today's contribution. As you can see, I added the edging, some more window pane edging on there. I haven't put a piece down here just because this journal's getting a little bit full, and that's just not going to close if I put a piece down there. So, but that's okay. I could, I'm just wondering. No, that's going to have the same effect. Okay, we're going to call that done. All right, so here we are. We have, I don't know how well this is coming out on camera, but behind this window pane we have all our curios in the Old Curiosity Shop, and here we have Mr. Dickens and a gentleman of the time. So there we are, collaged postcard and the Old Curiosity Shop. So that is day 26. So the 26th of December, prompt 26 of dephemerember 24. So thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope this has been interesting. If you like what I do, please do give me a thumbs up. It helps other people to be able to see the videos too. But for now, thank you once again for watching. Ka kite anō.